Sometimes when we're struggling, the right person being kind to us at the right moment can make all the difference in the world. I remember such a moment in my life. I was around 17, my dad had just died, and I was hurting. And an older neighbor friend of mine, his name was Greg, took some time to listen to me and ask me a few questions about how I was really doing. He acknowledged what a difficult time this must have been for me, and he stopped and actually listened to me. It was maybe a 10-minute conversation, but it made all the difference in my life because I was hurting and because he was kind. We see a similar example of kindness in Ruth chapter 2, where the kindness of a stranger makes all the difference in the lives of two desperate women. Ruth and Naomi have just returned from Moab to Bethlehem. Ruth is a Moabite, a foreigner. Naomi's from Bethlehem, but they're both widows. They both lost their husbands. They're both hurting. They have very slim chances for survival, almost no hope of a future unless someone intervenes. And that someone, it turns out to be, is Boaz. Ruth just so happens to go glean in Boaz's field. Gleaning was a process in the Old Testament where poor people could go and pick up the scraps of leftover barley and wheat that the harvesters left behind in the field. It's a tough way to survive. It's trying to make a living like picking up aluminum cans. It's just, you're very at the margins of society. But that's all that Ruth and Naomi had to hold on to. Ruth is in Boaz's field gleaning, and Boaz notices Ruth and asks his workers who it is. And he's told it's Naomi's daughter-in-law, the Moabitess, who doesn't know anyone in Bethlehem, but she's come back with Naomi because she loves her, because she's kind to her. Boaz essentially repays Ruth's kindness. He instructs his workers to leave extra stalks of barley, extra grains of barley on the ground for Ruth to pick up so she can have some food to take home that night. Moreover, he tells Ruth that she can go get water at the water jug anytime she wants. He even feeds her lunch. Those things weren't required at all. Boaz goes above and beyond what's expected in his role as a landowner, as a farmer. He takes care of Ruth. Ruth even says this in verse 9. She bowed down with her face to the ground and said, "Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?" Ruth recognizes that Boaz is showing her exceptional kindness and generosity. We need people like Boaz in our lives who at key times will show up and be kind and generous to us. I hope that during these difficult months of pandemic that you found someone in your life who's been that to you, or maybe that you've had a chance to be that to someone else. We're called to be kind and generous, even to strangers, to people who are struggling and hurting and in need of help. May you be that person, and may you find that person if it's you that's struggling. Amen.